So all these YouTubers have one thing in common. They're all using one secret tool to create their thumbnails and bring in millions upon millions of views. Now, I'm sure you thought that thumbnails were created by an expensive graphic designer, right? But in reality, all of these creators have used something that has never been seen before, an AI tool that can create perfect thumbnails in just 30 seconds without compromising on quality in any way. Now, I've already explained my strategy to create viral videos before, but I've never shown you the most important part of succeeding on YouTube, thumbnails and titles. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything that goes into both of them, and it's a full course for free on how you too can create thumbnails using a single AI tool that only costs $1. And this means you don't have to ever hire a designer again that's going to charge you $100 a thumbnail. You're going to be able to do it all yourself in just a matter of seconds. So this channel, for example, used this prompt to generate a thumbnail that ended up getting 3.1 million views. Crazy, right? To cut to the chase, the tool is called Pixels. It uses AI to ideate and create literally any style of thumbnail that you can think of. Object thumbnails, action thumbnails, 3-panel thumbnails, basically every style there is. But more on that later. About a year ago, Iman Gadzi posted a video that got almost 7 million views and made him over $1 million. So let's say I wanted to recreate a similar thumbnail for one of my videos. Pixels can do just that. For this one, I've decided to make an exception since it's so good. And it's literally the first and only thumbnail generator that actually works. You can find the link below the video if you want to log into the website before I move on. So, let's actually move on to recreating the thumbnail. So start off by copying the link of the video and then heading back over to the Pixels website, okay? You can then click on Recreate. This feature will allow you to recreate already viral thumbnails with your own touch to it. So just paste in the video link into this box so that Pixels knows which thumbnail to recreate. Next, you have to decide how much you want it to look like the original by picking an inspiration weight, as they call it. If you choose high, it'll look very similar. And if you choose low, you'll give Pixels more creative freedom. It's pretty straightforward. You can enter a prompt if you want to make any specific changes to it. For example, changing the person in the image to yourself. To do that, I'll write something like, change the person in the image to a blonde man in his 20s. Then just hit generate. And as you can see, it did exactly what I asked for. I got the thumbnail with the same text and background while changing only the person. A thumbnail like this would cost you at least $50 if you hired a freelancer to do it. And it's not even worth trying to do yourself because I'm pretty sure it'd turn out like this. Now, I actually tried generating it 3 times, one with each inspiration weight from low to high, and the difference in the results are pretty significant, especially on the first one. Personally, I'd say the middle one turned out the best, but it just goes to show you that you can play around with it to fit what you're after. And I also want to make it clear that these are unique thumbnails, and you don't have to worry about getting copyright strike when using this feature. It might feel like you're copying, but if you put them side by side, you'll see that each and every detail is unique. The truth is, you're actually more likely to succeed using a tool like this, since it's so easy to just copy a thumbnail format that is proven to work well. And Iman, for example, has put thousands of dollars into researching and creating. Anyways, enough of the recreate feature. I want to show you quickly how you can use this tool to create a thumbnail from scratch, using only a single prompt and idea if you want to be more creative. To get the most out of this video, once again, it's best if you're following along. So once you're on the website, you'll see this big text box. Now how it works is that once you enter a prompt here, Pixels will turn it into a thumbnail. Pretty simple, right? In order to show what prompt to put in, however, we of course need a video idea. This is when it's important to follow along the entire process, because if you enter a bad prompt, you'll most likely get a bad result. So to make it easy, let's start with taking inspiration from this Mr. Beast video that got almost 400 million views as an example. Basically, we want to create an image of a guy standing in front of a mansion and a Lamborghini. To get a similar result, you could write something like, create a thumbnail of a man in his 20s with brown hair standing in front of a Lamborghini and a luxury mansion filled with gold details in the middle of the day. You simply enter it, click on generate, and Pixels will generate the thumbnail. It ended up creating this, and as you can see, it looks very similar to the one that we tried to recreate. Pixels included all the things we asked for: a young guy, a Lamborghini, and a mansion with gold details. However, I think we can make it look even better. I feel like the guy doesn't even look very natural. It's almost like he's pasted into the image.